Hey guys, my name is Kaushik and welcome back to LetCode. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can get more number of calls from any of the job portal. Of course, there are a lot of job portals available, but for this demo, I'm going to take the Naukri because I believe Naukri has the more number of user base compared to any other. The rules or the tips that I'm going to give you is going to be applicable for all the job portal. So of course, you can try on that. So I'm going to give you tips to get more calls and also how to complete your profile 100% and how to know about any of the company that you're going to attend interview and also a few additional tips after you complete the interview process. First tip, if you have older Naukri profile, don't use the same, use any new profile. For example, you can create a new Google account or the Gmail account and then you can use the email ID to create a new profile. Why? Very simple logic. When we open our Swiggy or Zomato account for the first time, of course we will get lot of offers, but when you are going to be a regular user for them, of course you won't get much offer compared to the new users, right? So same logic applies here as well. So I will recommend you to create a new profile so that you will get more calls comparing to your existing profile. Now let me show you how to complete the profile 100%. So it's very simple. Just you have to follow everything whatever they have asked for. Let me show you. I'm going to do the login, and of course it's my old profile, like a few 6 months I think, or 6 or 5 months ago. Well, I was searching for job. I have created only two things I have hidden here: the expected salary and the actual salary. Other than that, I have everything as it was before. Okay. So once you logged in, make sure you have the complete profile. It should be 100%. Don't leave even single person. That will also help you to get more calls. If you have any incompleteness, of course, that will show you. You can click on that and it will tell you where you have missed something. Okay. Let me walk through what are the things you can do. So first of all, you should edit your profile, and first thing, of course, the basic, like your name, your designation, your current designation, your place, your experience, your current salary, and your phone number, and email. Okay, that's very simple. So of course you should have that are mandatory. And one more thing, upload your photo. Okay, if you're a guy or a girl, really doesn't matter. Just upload your photo. That will give a good impression. Okay, and then you have to attach the resume. Now here one more tip, don't create resume that will have more than 2 pages. Okay, even if you have 10 years of experience, I will not recommend you to create more than 2 pages of resume. Just a simple logic, don't waste other times. Okay, so no one has that much time to go through your profile and screening it for 2-3 pages. Okay, my experience is less than 4 years, so I have only one page of resume, and I'm a great fan of single page resume. So if you are my experience or below 5, I will recommend you to go with single page resume, and trust me, that is pretty much enough. Okay, if you wanted to know how to create a good resume or what are the tools we can use to create a good resume, probably check the video in the card. First thing, of course, you should update your resume, make a good resume and update it. And one more tip here I can give you is, try to update your resume or do some changes in your profile daily, morning 8:30 to 9:30, in that time. Why? I will tell you. It basically works based on the indexing concept. That means whoever is going to update their resume or update their profile, it will be in the indexed one. Okay, so basically there are a lot of resume, but still we can do something, like we can target the keywords that I will be talking after a moment, and the profile index. So index is very simple concept. You have to do some changes that can bring your profile to the top. So whenever some recruiters is going to pull up the profiles, the updated one will come first. I don't know how that really works, but I have tried that and it actually worked. Okay, so resume, that is very mandatory, and as I said, try to update daily. You don't have to really change much, just change your resume or download the resume, delete the resume and re-upload the same also, that is also fine. And the resume title should be title in the sense, the file name should be like your name, then what is your profile, like QA or SDate or whatever it is, you have to give that, and also give your experience, like how many years of experience you have. Okay, and there is a long debate between the PDF file and the Word file. technically Word file will have like more possibility of getting noticed, because of course no one is going to screen each and every resume. Everything is worked based on the OCR concept. That means it is going to just read the keywords, and that is going to be visible when they pull the resume. But still, I think lot of portals nowadays have enhanced searching algorithm, where they can of course extract the data from the PDF as well. And in case if a profile gets shortlisted, when they download the resume, of course it should be very clear to them, because in the Word what happens in sometimes the text alignment or the paragraph alignment mostly get clumsy. So instead of that, you can go with PDF. That is what I have used, and yeah, it gives me a good result. Second thing is the resume headline. Please write the resume headline. Now here's another tip. Whenever we are going to write our resume headline, make sure it has all the keywords. For example, here I am saying like I'm looking for a designation called software test engineer. Software test engineer or QA or SDET mostly comes into the same bucket. So of course you can give that. And I'm also stating like how many years of experience, and then some few points that are unnecessary, but still I have to give. And then also I'm targeting few of the keywords. For example, core Java, JavaScript, TypeScript, Selenium, WebDriver, Protector, Selenium WebDriver, Protector, and of course in software testing. Okay, so here I have already targeted my keywords. See, everything works based on the keywords only. Doesn't really matter how good skill you are. If you don't get an opportunity, probably you cannot prove yourself. So to prove yourself, of course, you have to do all this stuff. Okay, and next, after the resume headlines, it's your key skill. In the key skill, you can add all your skill set as well as the tools. For example, skills in the sense like core Java, JavaScript, TypeScript, whatever you know, you can add it. And also the tools, whatever you have used. For example, the Node, the Maven, the Eclipse, and whatever you have used. And for God's sake, do not include the keywords that are not relevant to you. For example, don't add like JMeter if you do not know about it. If you know about the performance, the JMeter, the locust, probably you can add. If you do not know such thing, don't add. And don't say like I'm just learning, so I'm adding. No, don't do that. Okay, if you know, add it. If you do not know, skip it. That's absolutely fine. You really don't have to know everything. Whatever you know, be good in that. That's pretty much enough. After the key skill, we have the employment, and yeah, you can just add your like what is your designation, what's your company name, and your like number of years you have worked there, like from to 2. And then if you are serving the notice period, make it serving, or if you have a notice period, mention that there itself. Okay, and give some job description, like your role description, like what you do there and all other stuff. Okay, and also include like project, what is your project and what you have worked on, that you mention that. And of course you have to again say the skills here, and again skills in the sense, of course, target the keywords. And here also in this section, target the keywords. For example, you can see I have said like converted manual test cases into automation script, and a few other things I have said. Okay, so here also you have to target the keyword. And if you have like number of expenses, you can just add everything here. Okay, very mandatory, do this. Okay, even though they do not read all this stuff, maybe they will read the first one, not every roles mentioned over here, but just try to target the keywords. That is pretty much fine. I'm saying a lot of times that target the keywords, and taking that seriously, do not write like everywhere like code Java Selenium, code Java Selenium. Instead of that, try to make it as a kind of paragraph and put it over there. Okay, and then use your education. Of course you can add whatever you have pursued, so that's fine. Okay, then again comes to the IT skill, like you can add your tools and the skill set as well. For example, you can say like Selenium, and what is the version you have used lastly, when you have used that lastly, and what's your experience in that. Okay, so try to add everything, don't miss anything. How much you can add, that much your profile will be have a good result. Okay, but as I said earlier, include whatever you know. If you do not know something, don't add that. Okay, for example, uh, if you're learning Cypress, okay, don't add the Cypress here. Okay, because when people are searching for the Cypress candidate, your profile might also get indexed. Okay, so don't do that. Don't waste their time as well as your time as well. Next comes the project. In the project, again, like whatever you have done in your office, or if you have any personal project. For example, I did this Rotex Pathfinder, so I have added this here as well. That might give some additional benefit. Okay, so for example, you have something like blogs or you have a YouTube channel, probably you can include that as well. Yeah, you can include that as well, nothing wrong about it. Okay, and then comes the profile summary. Again, whatever I have given in the resume, I have copy pasted, but you can write something profile, like what you do, what is your roles, and what's your overall experience, how good you are at coding or testing concept. You can mention all those stuff. Okay, and then in accomplishment, just add like if you have done any courses, or also you can link your social profile like LinkedIn. Don't include your Instagram or the Facebook. It should be professional, so include your uh, LinkedIn. That is pretty much fine. And also if you have done any publication, so publication in the sense, you can add, if you have done, you can add, or else you can add like your channel or the blogs, or if you have attended any conference, probably you can add all those as well. Okay, and the next thing, career profile, where again the same thing, you have to just repeat like IT software, QA testing or something like that, and what's your role, and it's a full-time or part-time, like that. So you can just go through this, you can add it, and your preferred location, and then expected salary. It is very important to give this data as well. Then comes your personal detail. Just fill everything, like whatever the language you know, like whether you know to read or write, speak, so you have to just fill it. Okay, so it's very simple. Make sure you are going to fill all the data, and of course you have to give your profile picture as well, so do not forget that one. Okay, in some of the places also I said like you have to target the keywords. Now how to know what are the keywords? It's very simple. Just go to the Naukri search, and for example, let's say that I'm going to looking for a job called playwright. I mean, for the playwright, I'm looking for a job, and the location is going to be Chennai. Hopefully, I think there should be some opening. No opening. Okay, so okay, there is a opening. Okay, yeah. So now here you can see that this one, right? So these are the actual keyword, nothing else. So here you can see that Selenium, TypeScript, JavaScript, IT skills, test engineer, Jasmine, playwright. So these are the keywords. So you can just go through like first page or few other pages, and you can see C++, Bitbucket, Linux, SCM, C programming, automated testing, Python, CI/CD. So add all this. These are the keywords, nothing much. Okay, so you have to just copy and give it in your resume headline or the profile summary, or even in your resume as well. The skill set, basically you have to mention it. Okay, it's very simple. Now coming back to the how to get more calls. Okay, so I have already given few tips, like you have to update your profile daily so that it will be indexed, and also try to focus on the keywords more. Okay, okay, two things fine. Next, the question, how to know about the company. Some people hesitate to attend the interview as well because the company name is unfamiliar for them. Okay, please don't do that. Okay, so no company is good or bad. It's basically how the teammates or the management. It depends on so many factors. See, you want to take the job or not, that's the secondary. The first primary thing is doing the self evaluation. Just attend the interview and try to clear it up. Next we can see like whether the company is good or company is bad, or the project is good or project is bad. Based on that we can take decision, but first of all try to attend the interview and clear the interview. That is very important. Okay, how to know about the company? It's very simple. There are a lot of websites, like one of the famous is the Glassdoor. So you can go there, you can search about the company, you can read the comments, but I will not recommend you to do that. I mean, not to go with only the people's they are saying. Everyone experience is different. Okay, so don't take only the negative points, just see the positive points, and that is pretty much enough. Okay, because it's depend based on person to person. So I never consider all the negative comments, I just go for the positive one. Actually, I don't go and search in Glassdoor that much. Maybe if like I have like never heard of the company, then probably I go and search. Other than that, I mostly don't do that. Okay, based on the interview process itself, you can understand how the company is good or bad. Okay, okay, so assume that you got calls and you have cleared the interview. Now what are the things you have to do after the interview process or in between the interview process? Okay, so most of the communications are based on the emails. So whenever they schedule a call, of course you will get the invite in the email. Okay, so whenever you get a mail, thank to the HR, like of course you have to acknowledge like you are going to attend it. So instead of just accepting the calendar, also send a mail that like something like you will be on time or something like that. Okay, and once the interview process, first interview is done, first round of interview is done, just leave a mail to the HR stating that you have completed this and you are expecting the result in a positive, like that. Okay, why? Because we know that some of the time when the interview doesn't go well or some problem, then HR most of the time do not revert us back, right? But if you send a mail, they will have a good opinion on you, and even if you are, if the result is positive or negative, they will try to at least give you a mail, reply you back. Okay, so that is one additional feature. And apart from Naukri, LinkedIn is a great platform to search for a job. Mostly it depends like how many connections you have. So try to connect with a lot of people in your same domain, like in the testing, or maybe if you want to expose something other than that, of course you can connect with them. Okay, and for God's sake, whenever you see someone, like for example, let's say that I'm getting a call from XYZ company and I'm searching for person in XYZ company. Once I get connected, I should not go and ask them like, hey, I'm going to attend this interview, can you give me some tips, or can you tell me about your package, or how much package I can expect, and what is the work culture. Yeah, you can ask about the work culture, that is not a bad thing, but don't ask about their salary, or don't say like you are expecting this salary, will I get it from this so and so company. Okay, so that's a very bad impression, don't do that. Okay, and also don't expect everyone to give you a tip. Some people give, some people don't give, so don't expect. Okay, it's basically your effort, how much you are going to put your effort in the interview, that is how you get selected. Okay, so whatever you know, based on that you try to attend the interview, and if you get failed, nothing to worry about it. Just try to learn all those things again and again and try to attend another time. Okay, so that's it, very simple thing. Okay, so these are the things I have followed. I think this video will help you in some way, and I wish you all the very best for your next job search or next company, whatever it is. Okay, okay, these are the points that I have followed while I was creating my resume or I was creating my profile. So based on that, I have said everything whatever I know. There's not like if you do this you will definitely get a call, but I can assure you definitely at least, like if you're getting 3 calls in a week, definitely you will get at least six calls in a week. Okay, so just try to implement that, and if you succeed, do let me know in the comments. That might motivate other as well. Okay, so with that said, that's it from my side. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one very soon.